Let's talk about actually activating your spiritual gifts. This is such a hot topic because, doesn't everybody want spiritual gifts? What are spiritual gifts? We're talking about your intuition, your psychic senses, some really cool stuff like telepathy, being able to sense energy, might even be things like telekinesis. Like, who knows how far we can go? But I do know the formula to how you can actually uncover more of your soul gifts, activate your intuition, and actually have the confidence and self trust to feel like you actually can listen to the intuition that you already have and share your voice and your magic with the world. So let's get into it. We can really get caught up with thinking that this is like all internal work and it's just meditating until you can activate all of this. And the number one mistake I see most people making is that they're not actually starting with the body. We'll try to leave our body behind when we're working in the spiritual realm. And that is probably the worst thing that we can do because we are spiritual essence, literally incarnate inside a physical body. Like, we cannot forget about the physical body, vehicle, vessel that we are inhabiting. Okay. The body has this nervous system, and the nervous system is actually how we interpret and interact with light and energy. So, the nervous system is something incredibly important to be aware of and to know how to regulate. Basically, anytime we are in one of the F's, the fight, flight, freeze, like if we're in this activated state where we feel like we are not safe, we throw up these energetic shields, like try to keep us safe. And that's natural, right? Like, we want to try to survive. And our nervous system is going to downregulate all of the non-essential things, right? We're going to divert energy to our limbs so that we can run, to our heart so we can pump blood and we can escape the tiger that is chasing us, or gorilla or bear or whatever it is. Um, and we're not going to be like digesting our food or supporting our immune system. And we certainly don't have enough left for the higher level logic or intuition or creativity, like any of those really brain heavy resources, because all of the energy is diverted to survival. So the nervous system regulation is first, because with those shields up, the higher level functionings are turned off, our access to the super conscious turned off. And even if it could like stay on, even if our body's energy was available to it and we could, the shields themselves will actually have information either bounce off, information from spirit, soul, source, whatever you want to say, bounce off. And if it does happen to get through, like maybe your shields aren't so strong or the source codes are so strong, they might get distorted as they're coming through, like light being refracted. And then you'll be like, what was that message? Can I trust that? Is that actually right? I don't know. And we'll spin in this I don't know, because when we're in that survival state and our shields are up, we are filtering literally everything through the lens of like, is this going to kill me? Is this safe? Am I okay? Can I trust this? So it's in the state of being able to be open and relaxed and available to pure presence that we can actually access the truth, the intuition, the higher level creativity and intuitive, like just algorithms that our brain can use. And we want to use the whole brain, right? We want the analytical and the creative side, the rational and logical and the intuitive into this whole brain integration, because the mind too is an essential part that sometimes we want to leave behind. We're like, only spirit to activate my spiritual gift. No, no, no. We need the body. We need the mind. We need the heart. We need all of us functioning in wholeness. So that nervous system regulation is so key, so that we can have a clearer field to be able to sit in presence, to meditate, to be available to hear what at first are the whispers of spirit, right? We have to be able to sit with ourselves. And if we're like jumping out of our skin and we have old trauma or anything like that in our body that's not allowing us to come into presence or even be aware of what's happening it, inside of us, because sometimes we can have so much trauma, so much nervous system regulation that we almost like our soul jumps out of our body, right? Like we're disassociated. We have to be able to come into our body and feel energy moving through us. So as well as having that body, we need to have the emotional field and the heart moving with clarity. So the best way I can describe it is actually by using, I got some hair stuck to my lip gloss. Oh my gosh. The best way I can describe it is that the emotional realm is like water. So we want emotions to flow through us, and it gets to be this clean and clear current, like a river flowing through. If emotions aren't felt, right, they stay stuck inside of us. Especially if we think our feelings instead of feel our feelings. And then what happens is that we have this murky water inside of us. And again, it's going to affect the body and can dysregulate us if we've got all these unprocessed feelings, sadness, grief, or joy, really happy feelings. It could be anything. And that can create that nervous system dysregulation. So we don't have the clarity to sit in stillness, right? If we're afraid to go all the way in. Feelings come through the chemical processing system of our endocrine system, right? And the brain and the nervous system, like it all moves through us. But feelings are actually chemicals that have, if we purely sit with them, it only takes about 90 seconds for them to move through us. And it's only when we put thoughts and beliefs and we ruminate on the feelings and we start to think about the feelings that they get stuck more in the body, right? You have to look at a kid. They can be like so upset and crying and crying and crying, and then like it's gone. It doesn't stay stuck in them. It's only the mind that can latch onto the feelings and get them to stick in the body, or trauma, right? Where it's too big for us to process and feel. So we have to work with that emotional body and think of allowing the feelings to move through us so they don't get stuck in us. So we have this clear capacity to be a channel and to have these emotions flow. And that sometimes means we have to go back in and deal with the backlog of feelings that are unfelt. And so that's some gross work sometimes. It doesn't feel great to have to go in there, but there are so many resources and tools available for us to be able to sit with it so that we can. If it feels too big for you, you can find a mentor, find somebody who is trained and who will be able to hold you through that safely. I've had to do this many times so that I actually can reach the depths of things that I couldn't reach on my own, or I wouldn't want to go there. So having guides and mentors, coaches, therapists, whoever is able to hold you safely through that, you can find them with that soul resonance, and you have to have discernment, right? Because not everybody is actually capable of doing it well. But it's the same thing with learning how to harness the power of your mind and use it as a tool, as opposed to something that is trying to steer your ship, right? The mind is a wonderful tool, again, with the whole brain integration, where we can do the logical piece and the intuitive piece, and we blend them together. Mind gets to be this tool that helps us navigate life. But when we have an unfocused and untrained mind, it can actually just can ruin everything if we're being really legit, right? The mind can ruin everything. Ruminating thoughts, spinning thoughts, subconscious belief systems. We often have to do a bunch of clearing for our beliefs and all of our thoughts so that we can actually have the focus and have the presence that we desire, right? If you don't believe that you can possibly activate your spiritual gifts or trust your intuition, then you won't be able to. But fortunately, there are tools that you can use to shift things, to rewire your brain along with the nervous system, right? We can use tapping, NLP, Psych K. My favorite is belief repatterning. There's so many different ways that we can actually rewire our mind so that it can work for us. But we have to be able to have enough presence and focus to be able to sit in stillness. So once we've cleared body stuff and the trauma and the nervous system, we've cleared emotional stuff, and we've cleared mental stuff, then we get to sit with spirit. Then we have full access when we're in that relaxed nervous system state, when we're not feeling, spinny or stuck, and we can just be. And we have to sit in the presence of that beautiful divine light in our heart or connect with spirit. I love opening sacred space and bringing our whole team in. I love connecting with highest self and source and bringing that energy down through my crown, sending it onto the earth and connecting with Gaia as well. So we have this beautiful linear anchor of the cosmic and the earth energies through us. So we're not off, but we're truly aligned with our divine self and feeling held, supported, and connected. So sitting in that energy and having conversations, actually speaking with the team, feeling their energy, feeling your own energy, and then asking and receiving. This is how we can most quickly and easily activate our soul gifts. This is my favorite thing, is to bring people into this divine presence so that they can feel their own soul energy and truly experience what it's like to be reconnected to themselves, to their divinity. It's in this space that the soul gifts, like your intuition, get to turn on. And there's so many different activations that we can do. This is one of my favorite things to do with my one-on-one clients or my group clients, is to take them through first the clearing work and then the activations. And we get it all to be guided by highest self or source or the luminous team, and then it's always for the highest good. I actually have my own energy alchemy modality. It is basically a form of magic to help people activate their soul gifts. I take people through these processes, and I also train facilitators. And this way we can really support everyone in purifying and cleaning off all that stuff that's not us, that's in the way, and we can just unleash our own soul light so that we can show up and shine as the divine beings that we are. This is our luminous evolution. And if you would like to get a taste of some of the work that I do, I have a free soul embodiment meditation that's going to support you in clearing out old energies, creating that spaciousness within, and then bringing your own soul light down into your body so you can fully experience that. There's so many other ways that we can play. Make sure that you are liking and subscribing to the videos so you don't miss any of these resources and tools. And I'm so excited to be able to actually help you take what seems like etheric soul essence stuff that's very intangible and bring it into your body and your life so you can use it and live from that space in tangible, practical ways. So have so much fun with it, and let me know in the comments section how it goes for you.